Hello and welcome to another update video about Cosmos. Cosmos currently selling off a little bit. There's currently a little bit of volatility going on, so we're not going to pay too much attention about the short term imminent price moves here, because we have had just now the CPI data released. It was a bit worse than expected, but you typically see a little bit of volatility that is not sustainable. So after a couple of hours, that should be okay, or even after an hour. So what is typically gained is sold off again, and the other way around. Nothing too crazy going on, but what I really want to pay attention to here is Cosmos, that in my view the correction still isn't in. So far at the moment, Cosmos is holding above this ascending trend line, but we need to do the same pattern as many other cryptos are doing it already. Phantom is now nearly there in my target area. Cosmos is still a little bit further away from it, but also Cosmos needs to do that final sell-off here, come below the wave A low, and that is sitting at $19, and well, it's pretty much sitting at $20. That is the low from December, 20th of December. We need to get below that low, need to clean all of this up to get the correction sorted. So this was obviously the basically the all-time high here. Back in September, we then started a larger correction with a wave A, come up to a wave B, and coming down in that final wave C of the correction, from which we need to emerge out then and start the move to the upside again. And the thing is, we already dropped below that trend line here, so it broke before, so that makes it more likely it will break again actually. For now, we are still holding above this trend line here, but in my view, it's the same wave pattern, same wave count that Phantom is doing, Harmony 1, and Harmony has already reached the target area. Phantom is doing it probably in the next few days or a couple of weeks. Yeah, it's already on its way to my target area, and I think Cosmos will also. We are also going to see lower prices. So for Cosmos personally, I am not buying before we getting closer here to the target area. Not sure if I actually will buy Cosmos at all, because I've got too many cryptos at the moment. If the portfolio gets too wide, yeah, not necessarily in terms of I've got much money invested, but if you have too many coins, then at some point you can't manage it anymore. So for me personally, it's a good crypto, absolutely a project I like as well, but you just can't have them all. And at some point you need to have the amount of cryptos that you are confident in having, and that you can also manage and pay attention to, and be able to sell if you have to, and so on. But overall, this in terms of the wave pattern, I think we have to get there. Yeah, the correction isn't over yet until we have seen that lower low, and from there we can then start to go up. Currently also we can see a further sell-off here. Yeah, we tried to break above here the 50 and the 200-day moving average. Now that was cancelled, yeah, on the day when we had here this death cross on the 4th of March. There was a death cross. Some cryptos, on 3rd of March actually, some cryptos did that now very recently, and these were the cryptos that were a little bit later in the correction. And all of them are now catching up with the correction, right? So at the moment you can see again that the 50-day moving average is pushing the price down. The 50-day is currently sitting at around 29.65 or something, and it's acting as resistance as the price is coming down here further. In my view, next support will be here the $26-29 level, 26. So $26.29. That is the 0.5 FIB level. We found support there various times before, and if you lose that level, next support will be this ascending trend line. Again, it's an ascending one, so I can't give you a definite figure for that for now. If that happened today, it would be around 25.50. If you lose that, you're getting down to the 61.8% FIB level, the most relevant one, yeah, at 21.92. And if you lose that, then you're getting into the target area here, starting at $20. Ideal target would be here that 78.6% FIB level at $15.70. Now, if I give you the target area, it doesn't mean we could not in the short term also go higher before we come down. Absolutely nothing moves in a straight line. You can see the volatility. For swing trading, Cosmos is not bad, exactly like Phantom, Harmony 1, Terra Luna, AVAX. These are very volatile cryptocurrencies where you see a lot of movement up and down. And therefore, for swing trading, they are always attractive, and short-term money can always be made. Yeah, we saw that with Terra Luna in the last few days, where we saw a breakout out of the bull flag as expected. So that worked out, and you can see stuff like that here all the time. Now, Cosmos here, unfortunately, not in any kind of a bullish pattern at the moment. We are still below the 50-day moving average, below the 200-day moving average, and below the 0.382 FIB level at $30.66. So that would be the next major resistance. At the moment, generally, what you can see here is sideways movement. We even develop here something like a head and shoulders pattern. All that means is that you're doing a lower high, a higher high, and a lower high. And that lower high is basically confirmation that yeah, the bulls are struggling, yeah, and you could really break that level here, and the neckline would be that 0.5 fib level at $26.29. So if you lose that, yeah, without a problem, you're going to drop further. At the moment, sideways movement. So this is what we need to watch out for. Clear message here from my side. The correction isn't over until you see a clear confirmation that it is. At the moment, I can't see that clear message, especially as we haven't seen the lower low yet. And in my view, we need to see that lower low. That is just what the cryptos normally are doing. And also in terms of Bitcoin, my expectation is that the Bitcoin sell-off hasn't finished yet. So also here, I would expect lower prices, and that would drag Cosmos down as well. I expect quite a strong sell-off if we lose that ascending trend line. So, and we're not far away from that, to be honest. We're not far away from that. From where we are now, it would only be like a 6 to 7% drop to get to that trend line, and then you can drop further here into this target area. If we take a look at the indicators, what are they actually doing? Also, after an increase in the last few days, we saw that sell-off back in the bearish range. The MACD also here bearish crossover. All of that pointing further to the downside. On the daily chart, if we take a look on the weekly chart, also nothing too convincing really. You know, the on the weekly, pretty much sideways movement on the RSI here. Yeah, so no clear direction, just sideways for now, consolidation. The MACD is going down. Yes, selling momentum reducing, but you can see that the MACD line doesn't really make an attempt to reverse to the upside. So also on the weekly, still that points for me for further downside movement really. What we saw here back in December was a clear reduction of selling or negative momentum. Can't really see that yet. Yeah, you see a little bit, but it's not convincing at all. So for me, therefore, further continuation to the downside here, but short-term upside is possible, but I cannot identify a clear pattern here. Certainly what you can expect if you break above that 200-day moving average, that you could expect some short-term upside, but it's not really a bullish pattern or anything that I'm identifying here from which you could easily break out and then make some gains. Okay, so for me, it's waiting a little bit on the sidelines here. Okay, that's my view on Cosmos. Hopefully you liked the update. If you did, please smash the like button, subscribe, and leave a comment for the algorithm. And if you really like the content, then yeah, check out the channel membership for access to the Discord server with a lot of additional content, my own buy and sell orders, and so on, and the Telegram live chat and the weekly live stream. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye-bye.